All right. Welcome back to No Filter MMA. This is your boy BJ back with another video short, post-fight video short. Okay, guys, so today we had Sumiko Anaba versus Dakota Ditcheva. Guys, dismiss the background noise. I am driving home. But, guys, I am not impressed by either one of them. I'm just going to start the video off by saying that I was not impressed by either one of them. First of all, you simps thinking that it was going to go only one round, that Sumiko wasn't going to make it out of one round, was such a stupid prediction. Like, that was just, you should feel stupid right now. That was a very dumb prediction. But, Sumiko Inaba came out, and, she came out real fast. You know what I'm saying? Closing the distance like I thought she should, and landing some good shots on Dakota Ditcheva. Had Dakota Ditcheva backing up. She was putting pressure on Dakota Ditcheva, which is exactly was my keys to victory. Like, to a T. That was my keys to victory. And, Sumiko was, and then also the clinch. I think that she was overly committed to the clinch, though. Sumiko was doing things in the clinch, you know what I'm saying, like punching to the body. But it just seemed like Sumiko were just allowing Dakota Ditcheva to keep putting her in that tie clinch and landing those hard knees to the body and knees to the face. Like, Sumiko kept putting herself in that position, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being in an offensive clinch position, she kept putting herself in a defensive clinch position. And I was very baffled by that. I was like, why does she keep doing that? And Sumiko, she just kept doing it. So what did Dakota do? Dakota just, kept landing those knees, man. Kept landing knees to the body, bunch of knees to the body. And then every time they separated, Sumiko was staying in Dakota's range, staying at Dakota's range. Dakota was landing good front kicks to the face, front kicks to the body, good right hands by Dakota Ditcheva, and we said, that Sumiko's defense is not that great. I felt like Sumiko would use better footwork. I felt like Sumiko would be a little bit more savvy, and I was hoping that Sumiko wouldn't be overly committed to that double jab. She didn't even throw it. Like, I didn't even see Sumiko pumping that jab, man. I didn't see Sumiko doing a lot of the things that Sumiko normally does in a fight. All of the stuff that we've been watching Sumiko do in these fights that I've been covering this past week, she didn't do any of that stuff, man, and it was just very frustrating watching Sumiko fight like that. It was more like she prepared. She centered her camp around Dakota instead of centering her camp around herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like she was doing things that she wouldn't normally do, thinking that she would do something to upset Dakota, and in my head I'm thinking Sumiko had a better chance to beat Dakota by coming out here and being Sumiko. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing what I've seen Sumiko do fight after fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the Sumiko that I think had a better chance, had a decent chance at beating Dakota. But Sumiko just, fought a whole different game plan than what I expected her to come out and fight. It was very weird and very strange. However, Dakota Ditcheva, she got to get some smoke too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking to myself, if Dakota is as good as all these people keep saying she is, you know what I'm saying? Let's see her go out here and run through Sumiko Anaba. And she didn't do that. I felt like Dakota Ditcheva was surprised by the fact that what she was landing wasn't getting Sumiko out of there, because every time they would separate, after Dakota would land big shots, Sumiko was still coming after her. You know what I'm saying? And Sumiko had a lot of opportunity. Another thing about Sumiko, she had a lot of opportunities to me. If you look at this fight, she had Dakota skating along the back of the octagon. There was a lot of opportunities for Sumiko to land some big shots. And I could kind of see that Sumiko wanted to. I could see it, man. I could see that she wanted to swing, and she wanted to land some big shots, man. But it was just like she was frozen in front of Dakota. She was just frozen. She just kept wading herself into a defensive clinch. And I'm just like, what is she doing? Like, what is Sumiko Inaba doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, throw some heat, throw some kicks, throw some teep kicks, like throw, and she just was very punch shy in this fight, very punch shy, like, I don't know, man, like she was just, she was afraid of the aura of Dakota Ditcheva, which we've seen that in the past, guys. We've seen that with Valentina Shevchenko, where people just get in there and their plan falls apart. Look at Chukagian. You know what I'm saying? Their whole plan just kind of falls apart. But Sumiko, there was a lot more things I think that Sumiko Inaba could have done. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of that tie clinch. Like, be aware of that tie clinch. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let yourself keep getting put in that tie clinch and getting pummeled the way that Dakota Ditcheva was doing. Like, Dakota Ditcheva she had free range in the clinch to do what she, wanted to do. And good for Dakota. If somebody's going to keep giving you something, then you take it. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of the same movements from Dakota Ditcheva, man. She looked very that's what I'm saying. Like, Dakota Ditcheva was looking very predictable in there. She was doing the same things over and over, and Sumiko Inaba never caught on to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she never caught on to it. Dakota Ditcheva is there to be hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dakota Ditcheva is there to be hit, man. Sumiko Inaba just didn't hit her. She didn't go after her, and it just kind of was what it was. Like, Sumiko was okay with taking all of that damage and letting herself get beat up in the clinch like that, and not moving her head, not using footwork, like everything that all the tools that Sumiko Inaba had has in her arsenal. She didn't use any of them. She kept getting in these clinches and punching to the body, and she didn't, it was like she had that burst at the beginning of the fight, and then she just kind of didn't do anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that, man. I really hate to see a fighter not show up like that. I was wanting to see a good competitive. I got my 3 rounds. But I didn't get my competitive 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get my competitive 3 rounds. But very disappointed in Sumiko Inaba, very disappointed in Dakota Ditcheva, and as lazy as Sumiko Inaba was being in that fight, Dakota Ditcheva should have got her out of there. She should have got her out of there. You know what I'm saying? Get her out of there. But she didn't. And then now, all of a sudden, the excuses are flying. Oh, she broke her hand. Okay. Is that going to be a reason why she didn't finish Sumiko Inaba? Is that going to be the reason why the fight went 3 rounds? Is because Dakota Ditcheva broke her hand? Because nobody gave... I ain't even going to go there. As far as broken appendages and people not giving them excuses for, not doing what they expect them to do. We're not even going to go there. You know what I'm saying? But very disappointed in Sumiko Inaba. Very disappointed in Dakota Ditcheva. I mean, good on Dakota for winning. You know what I'm saying? But y'all keep talking about Dakota Ditcheva getting ready to go over here to the UFC and whoop Erin Blanchfield and whoop Manon Fiorot, Natalia Silva, and most of all, whoop Valentina Shevchenko. Is that the type of performance that y'all think would whoop Valentina Shevchenko? Listen, I'm not saying Dakota Ditcheva won't do good in the UFC. I think she would actually do well in the UFC. I do. I really think she would do well. You know what I'm saying? But going on record saying she gonna beat Erin and beat Natalia and beat Manon and beat Valentina of all people, and with that performance against Sumiko Inaba, a fighter that was, think about it, guys, think about the names that I just named, and think about what I just said about Sumiko Inaba. Sumiko was giving Dakota every opportunity to hit her, and Dakota was taking that opportunity to hit Sumiko. You know what I'm saying? She was taking the opportunity, and Sumiko was letting Dakota Ditcheva hit her. She kept putting herself in a defensive tie clinch, ducking her head down, going into the clinch, giving it to Dakota. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about girls who go at Erin Blanchfield, somebody who does not stop pursuing their opponent. No matter what, she doesn't stop pursuing her opponent, going for the finish. And you telling me that Dakota can't even get a fighter out of here who's giving it to her, giving her the finish. But y'all saying she can get Erin Blanchfield and Valentina Shevchenko out of here. Come on, guys. We got to be a little bit more practical with this thing here. You know what I'm saying? Let's be a little bit more realistic with this thing here. She ain't beating Erin. She ain't beating Valentina. She ain't beating Manon. She ain't beating Natalia. Okay? Now, that just is what it is. It just is what it is. Not with that performance. Not with that performance. And she ain't getting no excuse for the broken hand. This is your boy BJ back from No Filter MMA. Drop those comments in the comment section. Hit that like, hit that dislike, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And your boy is out.